He's the host, and he's very mwah.
He has an unparalleled creativity that I am just always inspired by.
He is constantly 3 steps ahead in the story.
It's the ability to form a structure around the formless. So if we are in a mess of a scene that's not going anywhere, Mike can make it go somewhere. He's like Hannibal of the A-Team, except he's Hannibal of the Fools Play team.
If I got lost, I can go back to the Blue Fool. And Mike would steer me right. Kind of like a lighthouse. Mike's a lighthouse.
Performing with Chris is like performing with a nitrous oxide mask on.
God, he makes funny look so easy. Like it's just the thing that came to his mind that moment. He's just sharing it with us. Even if that is a gopher dipping his fur in urine to make tea.
He has the ability to do crazy things with his hands.
Mostly Chris would wave his hands around a lot.
Some of my favorite memories were usually skits where someone would just completely lose it on stage. And I think the most noticeable person would always be Chris because of his extremely distinctive laugh.
Joff the Yellow Fool is always very high energy and extremely charismatic. You always want to watch what he's doing.
Boy, oh boy, is he a talented guy. He can play almost any instrument he picks up, which is amazing.
Joff was able to adapt his musical style and tastes so that it would make every fool look good.
He is running, and he is doing martial art moves, and he is energetic, and he is jumping, and he is singing, and somehow he's playing guitar all while he's doing that.
Ed, the Red Fool. Ed is very smart and intelligent, and he brings class and sophistication and knowledge to his improvised art.
He's got a level of intellectuality to him. He's incredibly well read. He has a great knowledge of history and music and pop culture.
Ed was very interesting because he was really smart and very confident. And Ed's characters could be scary.
Ed Gibbs was so intense. I felt like he was going to, explode at any moment. So any character that he inhabited was always at the ready with a forceful spit take.
He kind of marched to his own beat.
Michael Tanner the Green Fool had this crazy ability to insult the audience and have them love him for it.
The Green Fool! Fuck you!
He presents himself in such a way that if he says something really offensive, you don't get offended. If he says something very confrontational, you're not afraid and you're not worried.
Get off the stage, dude!
Michael Tanner can be completely appropriately inappropriate. That's a superpower. He's just so joyful. He gets everyone on his side because he's on your side.
He's like down-to-earth friendly.
He's just got such an innocence about his humor, and it's just so easy to relate to, and it's very accessible, I think, to a lot of people.
Nathan, probably more than any other fool, looks like he's playing on stage, which is a huge thing that we value dearly at Fools Play.
He did some really good musical numbers.
Nathan Orange is a musical genius. He can do tone poems that are funny. What?
She has a fantastic original voice that she brings to Fools Play.
Tasha, I think, does innocence and childlike characters better than anybody. It's just a lot of fun to see her go into this kind of world where she can just be a kid and point out all the things that as adults you kind of forget about.
She's infectiously funny. I don't even think she realizes how funny she is.
Jake the Pink Fool is a pro wrestler, and you can feel it. The guy is a mountain, and he moves on the stage like a mountain. And when he's playing a little girl, it's a mountain of a little girl.
Jake's the teddy bear that can also be a little bit scary,
His presence is just so big, and it's not just because he's such a tall guy.
Jake was so focused, and he was really good at what he did. He really wanted to be in character, more, I think, than any of the other fools.
He doesn't come across like a capital A actor when doing improv. His acting chops just enhance his ability to do improv.
I saw Essa run off the stage into an orchestra pit and jump out of the orchestra. He had fallen on his head, and he continued to do the show.
Whether he's doing Tom Waits or he's doing some high screechy thing, you get an avenue to comedy that none of us certainly ever would have come up with. You feel like this guy is being honest with you, and it's great to watch.
The Maroon Fool is like a crazy sink. If you're being off-the-wall funny and crazy, Maroon Fool could go in there and be the opposite of that, and not only make you funnier, but make him funnier than you by pointing out the fact that you are nuts. He makes everything better just by looking at you with incredulity.
He started feeling more comfortable with his witty, sarcastic sense of humor, just like pushing that out there and coming up with incredibly clever punchlines. I think that's what he's really good at.
Really not that interested.
It's weird to think that there was a time when Jamie wasn't a part of the show. He was kind of made to do an improv comedy show every week. It almost seems like it's in his blood.
There is this sincerity to his acting and to his characters that just spills over from his offstage personality.
The Ginger Fool has a very strong background in theater and dance.
He has an enthusiasm for improv comedy that I don't understand. It's so intense.
Hillary is all about playing sexy women characters, and she has like 100 different ways of doing it, and she's got no problem with that. It just works.
The Navy Fool is fascinating in that she can be quiet sometimes, but when she says something funny, it's always crazy funny.
A lot of the things that feature Hillary in Fools Play come directly out of my friendship with Hillary, and it's a joy to bring those on stage.
Does that mean we can keep doing Fools Play? Fuck yeah!